Alright, I went over the paperwork and it seems like that's all we needed for the contracts.
Now it's for the matter of the remaining 2% and who's gonna attain it.
Well, I think we know how this works.
Yes, I do.
Kilgore, time to fight for your food.
Big muscles? Wait, wrong one. There we go. Pause. Are you confused? Then let's talk about it. And by it, I mean Kengan Ashura. Kengan Ashura is a manga that came out in 2012 and was made by these two lovely gentlemen. Just look at them. They don't even know how cool they are. Also being assisted by their longtime editor Kobayashi Sho. Published through Ura Sunday that also published these badass works. This series so far ranked up a total of 24 volumes so far and is still going to this date, which is right here. To spark some interest and at the same time not spoil anything, here's my best summary to kind of dip your toe into what you're going to be expecting out of this thing. Alright, Since the Edo period of Japan, gladiator arenas exist in certain areas. In these arenas, wealthy business owners and merchants hire gladiators to fight in unarmed combat, where winner takes all. So like imagine if Nike was like, hey Adidas, do this. I got my guy, you got your guy? We're doing this! But the real meat of the story follows two main characters with completely different backstories. So why don't we go to those guys real quick for a little pick-me-up. Start with this guy right here. Tokita Oma, the man given the name the Asura. The ladies love him, and his enemies also love him. Okay. This arrogant fighter rocks the martial art the Nico style that was taught to him by his adoptive father at a young age. Now, as an adult, he uses that martial art to force his way into the Kengan fights. Because of reasons. You will read about it later. But that actually ties in perfectly with the next main character. Yamashita Kazuo, a middle-aged businessman that works for the Nogi group, and boy oh boy, he's a small fish in a very, very large ocean. But let's get this out of the way. This guy is equipped with the best reactions in the series. I'm serious. When you're going through this as a reader and there's no big fights happening, I am just like waiting, like what's he gonna do? What's Yamashita gonna do? Because this guy is awesome. I love him. Basically, from what you see from his face is what you need to know about him. He is the shy, not bold, keep your head down kind of guy, like I need to take this easy. Well, destiny would have different for Yamashita because he meets Tokita, and boy, some shit happens in an alleyway. Like, I'm saying like this big, huge buff dude gets pounded by the smaller guy and, wait, hold on. And before he even knew it, he will be entwined with Tokita for the rest of the whole series, and it is great. Just like their charisma together, it's just like, it's a perfect blend of opposites, but somehow finding this weird middle ground of understanding each other. That alone makes the chemistry of these two characters fun to read. Now that we're done with the main characters, what about everyone else? Is everyone else good? Is this one of those things where everyone else is bland and bold? Nope. Luckily, the series is a smart thing by filling in the personality through great character design and how they fight. So when you see a guy pulling out some dirty shit in the middle of a fight, you're like, okay, that guy's a dick. Boom, there you are. You're already set. Well, I talked enough about the characters, but what about the fights? After all, this is a martial arts manga. Well, safe to say that this is done perfect. I mean, honestly, I can go on forever about the fights that are drawn in this, but here's a little TLDR, a little fun story I read about. You see, when the artist was drawing certain fights, he would use reference models. And the people that would be modeling? Well, it would be the writer and the editor. After all, they both have years of martial arts experience in their backgrounds, which makes it such a great personal touch in Kengan Ashura. And I think the series is only going to get bigger in 2019, because that's when the anime drops. That's right, there's an anime, and there is also a trailer. It was dropped in the late end of March, and I'll be putting a link down below if you want to watch the whole trailer. Hello past me, this is future me, which is technically present me, but when you watch this will be past me again. Anyway, I'll shut up. I have some more information on Kengan Ashura. You see, when I recorded this originally, this was before Anime Expo. Now I'm editing this way after Anime Expo, so I'm a little late. But, better late than never. Here's the information I learned. First of all, Kengan Ashura, the anime, is coming out on Netflix in 2019. Sweet, so if Netflix, you're already set. What I've seen of it, because they showed actually some of the episodes, it looks good. The team behind it is really putting their heart and effort, and they're really like doing a Hail Mary on this thing. And I love what they've done with it so far. Now, I'm going to tell you this. During the fights, it switches the animation to 3D CGI cell shading, which a lot of people are like, "Ooh, I'm not a huge fan of that." But you know what? It actually works really well. There's a lot of 3D maneuvering around impacts, and it goes around limbs and like around the fighters, and it looks actually really smooth on how they do it. And when the impacts happen, damn! They did a good job with that shit. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, back to the video. And that is Kengan Ashura. Honestly, this is a fantastic martial arts manga. I love it so much, and the only downside I can really think about reading is that I know I never could cosplay as anybody because those six packs don't lie, and boy, they make me cry. Huh. Run. Anyway, you have an awesome day. Until we meet again, peace. If anything I just said honestly had no impact to you, then here's Carla. Read it for Carla. Thank you.